When did you realize your broke partner was actually wealthy? I'd been dating Andrea for 6 months, and honestly, the girl was struggling harder than me. We met in the university library, where she was literally eating uncooked ramen straight from the package because she said cooking it wasted time she needed for studying. She wore the same faded college hoodie every single day, just washing it on weekends. Our dates were either studying together at the library, or sharing a $5 footlong from Subway that we'd stretch into 2 meals. For Valentine's Day, she gave me this little handmade book she'd put together from computer paper and stapled herself. Inside were these pencil sketches she'd drawn of all our dates from memory. Me accidentally spilling coffee on my notes, us sharing earbuds on the bus, that time we got caught in the rain and hid under her tiny umbrella. Under each drawing, she'd written the exact date and some tiny detail I didn't even know she'd noticed, like, you smiled at that dog for 5 seconds minutes, or you gave your last dollar to that homeless guy. Must have taken her hours, maybe days. I literally teared up because no one had ever paid that much attention to just us. Andrea was smart, driven, and actually laughed at my dumb jokes. She'd get genuinely excited about finding quarters for laundry, or when the cafeteria had free leftover bagels on Fridays. Her apartment was this tiny studio above a Chinese restaurant that always smelled like cooking oil. She had a mattress on the floor, a desk made from a door and 2 sawhorses, and exactly 3 plates she'd gotten from Goodwill. But we'd spend hours there just talking about everything while eating instant noodles or getting Chinese takeout from downstairs. Everything changed the night her dad had a heart attack. We were halfway through our favorite Netflix series binging when her phone rang. I've never seen someone's face go white and smile drop that fast. She just kept saying, oh God, and grabbed her keys. I drove because her hands were shaking too bad. The whole ride she kept apologizing for ruining our night and mumbling about how her family was complicated and she should have warned me. When we got to the hospital, I was expecting some regular emergency room situation. Instead, security guards were waiting for us at a private entrance. They knew her by name. We got whisked up in an elevator I didn't even know existed to an entire floor that looked more like a luxury hotel than a hospital. The waiting room had leather couches and actual artwork on the walls, not those generic hospital posters. Then her mom arrived by helicopter. I watched through the window as this woman stepped out wearing jewelry that probably cost more than my entire education, and she was complaining to someone on the phone about having to leave a charity gala early. A charity gala where, as I heard her mention, they'd just pledged $3 million. Her dad was fine, thank God, but he was annoyed about missing some board meeting. While we sat there, Andrea's younger brother showed up in a Tesla, complaining about having to fly back from Aspen. Her older sister called from Tokyo where she was checking on the hotels, plural. And here I was, sitting in my Target clearance jeans and the same Nikes I'd worn since freshman year, realizing my girlfriend who splits $5 sandwiches with me owns hotels. On the drive back to campus, Andrea was dead silent. Finally, she pulled over at a gas station and just started crying. Not like cute little tears, but full-on ugly crying. She told me her last boyfriend seemed perfect until he found out about the money. He'd started small, asking her to cover dinners because it was nothing to her. Then he wanted her to pay for weekend trips. The worst part was when he'd proposed after 3 months with a ring he expected her to pay for, saying it was their money anyway. He'd already quit his job without telling her because he figured he'd never have to work again. When she dumped him, he tried to guilt her by saying she'd wasted his time and led him on by not mentioning the money sooner. So when she started grad school, she decided to live like an actual broke student. The studio apartment, the ramen, the same hoodie every day. It was all to find someone who'd love her for her weird obsession with environmental law and her inability to cook anything besides pasta. Someone who wouldn't see dollar signs when they looked at her. 3 weeks later, she sat me down and said she wanted to tell me something. My mom had been diagnosed with cancer the year before, and I'd mentioned offhandedly that the insurance wasn't covering all her treatments. Andrea had paid the entire remaining balance, all $87,000 of it, just called the hospital and handled it. My mom had been told it was a billing error, and the insurance had retroactively covered everything. We've been together 2 years now. She still wears that ratty college hoodie sometimes, but now I know it's because she genuinely loves it, not because she can't afford another one.